Hello and welcome to Crypto Weeklies. We wish you a very happy new year. On this day, we are going to analyze the overall crypto market performance as well as conduct machine learning based price forecast for Litecoin, which has rallied the most over the last 24 hours. Again, it's a modest gain by about 5%. Over the last 7 days, most of the cryptos are down. Over the last 30 days, about a handful of number of names are up. Most of the others are down. Over the last 90 days, HBAR, NXRP, and XLM are the most rallying cryptos. You can check over here in the last 24 hours. Again, there are some new cryptos, but out of the ones which exists for a long time, again Litecoin is right now up at around $102.90. In terms of the tokenomics, has about 84 million of the max supply, out of which 75 million is already in circulation. So healthy tokenomics. If you look at the price versus market cap growth, again this is the price chart over the last 1 year, and this is the market cap chart. So if you essentially toggle between the two charts, you're seeing essentially the same chart. That means any growth occurring in the market cap gets reflected back in price, a healthy sign in terms of the tokenomics, and the effect of inflation for Litecoin going forward being minimal. In terms of our own website cryptoweeklies.com, this is the home page of the site. Again, we just discussed about the heat map in terms of what Litecoin and its machine learning based price forecast for the website. Again, based on the website, none of the content is financial advice. All we do is use machine learning as well as some of the statistical technique to forecast what the price could do in different scenarios. First, we'll start with the weekly price action for Litecoin. Again, this particular crypto existed since 2014, has been around for multiple cycles, has put new highs. Again, this is weekly averages. In terms of weekly average, slightly higher weekly average, but if you look at Litecoin in terms of the eventual peaks, again they are very close. The 2017 peak and the 2021 peak are really close to each other, and this is at a linear scale. But if you toggle it from a log scale, you can see that these two peaks are essentially of the same magnitude, $318, whereas this one was at around slightly higher at $340 at one point in time. Now going forward, again, since the bear market of 2022, Litecoin has made a series of higher highs and higher lows. Right now, the last rally that occurred in early December of 2024, the price of Litecoin went as high as about $134. Now price has corrected back to $100. Per the machine learning based price forecast for the first 6 months of 2025, the non-euphoria case or one standard deviation bull case for Litecoin is between $114 to $183. The two standard deviation or the euphoria case for Litecoin is forecasted by our machine learning model is between $125 to about $282. Again, if you're interested in week by week how these forecasts could materialize, the link on the bottom of your screen, cryptoweeklies.com, has all the charts and also the tabular version of what could be the base case going forward, the one standard deviation bull case over here, or the euphoria case at two standard deviation. Again, the range, and as we discussed, again could fall between this $125 to $285 $282 with a 95 percentile confidence. That is the two standard deviation ceiling. The one standard deviation bull case, as we discussed, $114 to $183. The one standard deviation bear case for Litecoin, again in case of a bearish turn of event between now and the next 6 months, between $55 and about $92. Again, whatever the market has to throw at us, the market will throw at us. Again, no model can accurately forecast if the prices have to go down or up. There are favorable seasonality for Litecoin now that we have entered the post halving year, that is in 2025. And if you look at the 4-year cycles, the last time the gain for Litecoin, the first rally that occurred was in 2017, which was a post halving year. Again, Bitcoin, based on Bitcoin halving of 2016, and the second time the halving occurred in 2020. The healthy gains for Litecoin occurred early on in 2021, also in the later half of 2020 as well. Quite similar to what Litecoin did this time around in 2024, and now starting 2025, it's the post halving year. If you would like to look at the yearly return or ROI for Litecoin, again this is all years, but if you look at 2024, this is what Bitcoin did in 2024, whereas in terms of what Litecoin did, was a slightly muted version of whatever Bitcoin did. So again, lower highs during the bullish phase of the market and higher lows during the bearish phase of the market. So that's what Litecoin did in 2024 with respect to Bitcoin. But in 2021, again, this is quite similar to what uh, potentially 2025 could hold. Analyzing Litecoin and Bitcoin, again, you can see that the correlation kind of uh, between Litecoin and Bitcoin in 2021 was much higher. Again, this is 2021, in what Bitcoin did in red color, and Litecoin, what Litecoin did in 2021 is in blue color. So you can see in terms of whenever Bitcoin rallied, Litecoin did rally, but during the blow off top, at least the early bull run for Bitcoin in the first half of 2021, Litecoin outperformed Bitcoin, at least in terms of the ROI. At one point for Bitcoin it was at 98%, whereas Litecoin's ROI at that point in time was 206% year to date. So that's something that is worth noticing. This is again all the content available on cryptoweeklies.com. You don't have to sign up or pay for anything. We discussed the analytics under the ROI section. In terms of the social sentiment analysis, it's a 50-50 split between the sentiments which are bullish and which are bearish. The narratives which are popular, again, definitely the bullish sentiment is being echoed in the market, as well as some of the Bitcoin related narratives are gaining some traction. Again, Litecoin on this narrative cloud has not spent a lot of attention. This is the narratives related to crypto discussed on YouTube and X over the last 7 days. In terms of Litecoin and what Litecoin could do in 2025, the regression based risks at around 6%, time weighted average price risk at 31%, SMA risk at 24%, weighted risk at 17%. Estimated bull run peak for Litecoin for this time around, per the risk reward analysis, as at around $572, representing a reward of about 5.5x from the current prices. If you would like to look at the individual components of these risk metrics we discussed, the SMA model, the DCA model, and time weighted average price model is available over here. We'll briefly look at the regression based valuation for Litecoin. Right now the fair value at around $110. Again, in post halving years, the residuals, if you apply the one standard deviation residual, that is right now coming in at around $208. That is a moderate or non euphoria case peak for Litecoin. The two standard deviation ceiling again captured the last bull run peak at around $394. That is a key target to look for Litecoin. And in case of a blow off top, the price could be at around $750 for Litecoin. These are the regression based indicator. In terms of the SMA risk that we just looked for Litecoin, again, this is price color coded with respect to risk levels. Right now 25% risk, 75% reward. The DCA model, again, these are all time adjusted as well as volatility adjusted. The DCA or the risk regression risk for Litecoin is at around 7%, and the time weighted average price for Litecoin coming in at around $68 or $69, and the risk, as we discussed earlier, is at around 33%. And to summarize everything that we discussed, the moderate target for Litecoin per the regression based model, that two standard deviation, is coming in at around $394. That is one outlook to look for, one price prediction to look for. In terms of that materializing in the next 6 months, again, that would not materialize unless there is some sort of a euphoria in the market. That too, in that euphoria phase, the price could go as high as about, in the next 6 months, to about $280. And in terms of the directionality related model, again, the likelihood of price going higher with time is higher than likelihood of price going lower with time. That means the directionality model favors a rally than a crash in 2025, and that is backed with the post halving seasonality that Litecoin usually gains or achieves in post halving years. With that, I would like to conclude the video. Hope you enjoyed the content. If you did, please give us a like or subscribe, and hope to see you again tomorrow. Thank you and have a nice day. Bye bye.